This is early June. I got an extremely late start in the garden this year, but better late than never. Then my ADD distracted me when I found a pea pod left over from the harvest and just swallowed it on down. Man, they tasted great. And back to work. This was a massive weed right here. It had been growing for a while. Then I went to my last bed, which is actually my new raised bed from last year. Got the weeds out. Temporarily, I'm repotting this rosemary bush. I just want to put more dirt in this garden. It had settled a lot from last year. So out with the rosemary bush, set it aside, and finish up some weeding. Tons of weeds. Then I took out my soaker hose and dumped some Miracle-Gro garden soil in. This was cheap. It was like $2 a bag for 40-pound bag. Started mixing up the soil, and that's when I noticed my little friend down here. Surprised to see him. Yep, a little lizard living in the garden, I guess, from where it had settled. So once we got him out, then we just stuck the shovel in there and mixed up the soil. And put the rosemary plant back in there. This was an herb garden last year. This year, Mrs. Stacks wants to put beets in it. We put the soaker hose back in. I love my soaker hose. I can water my garden from anywhere just by using a Bluetooth spigot that I have hooked up to my hose and an app on my phone. It's great. Then I'm also going to mix in some of the Miracle-Gro garden soil in my other beds as well. I'm going very minimalist in the garden this year. Right here I'm putting in a cucumber plant. We're going to have a total of 4 cucumber plants in these beds, and I'm going to grow them up the trellis that I built for the tomatoes last year. 2 of these plants are standard vine cucumbers, and 2 of them said they were bush. I've never grown bush cucumbers before. I put them on the outside, but I didn't really trust the fact that they would bush out. I still wanted them near a trellis. Then I planted some hardy tomatoes, ones that have a lot of flesh in them. I can use them for salsa or pasta sauce. And again, tomatoes, you want to plant as deep as you can and break off a lot of those bottom branches. I also planted some jalapeno plants in front of the tomato plants. They're good companion plants, and I like to use fresh jalapeños with my tomatoes and onions and my pico de gallo. Put cages around the tomato plants and smaller cages as well around the jalapeno plants. Every year I put a fresh layer of black mulch in the path of my garden. It does a couple of things. 1, it keeps the weeds from popping up. 2, I think it just makes everything look nice. It's just a nice dark contrast against the plants, against the soil in the beds. And then I also normally put a couple of bags of red around my raspberry bushes, but I didn't do that this time. I have them sitting there. I just didn't have the time to do it here. Just finish off a little by hand. I had to stretch this last bag out some. It was kind of crazy. And here's the garden. Mulch in there, raspberries, blackberries over there. There's our tomatoes and our peppers. And everything all together. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time on Big Stacks Small Workshop.